Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is January 23rd, 2012. It is a Monday, first day of the new trading week. A lot to cover. Let's get right into the charts. We'll start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading lower by just a quarter point. Really not much. A flat market this morning. Futures were a little bit higher. They have started to come down a little bit. There's a lot of news coming out of Europe this morning regarding Greece and how they'll be restructured, if they will have a debt restructuring. Really is unknown at this moment. Most likely they will. They're also looking for a restructuring to get a second bailout package. So we'll see if that does happen. Once again, it's never that easy, and it looks like Greece is going to probably dominate the headlines today. So at one minute they're going to get a bailout package, the other minute they're not comfortable. They may be going back to the drachma, but who really knows? Let's just sit tight and we'll see how it plays out. You do have the U.S. dollar index down today, so that is helping the market stay afloat. Anytime the dollar is lower, the markets will trade higher. So if you take a look at the euro, and I'll be using the FXE to show you that, you can see the euro is trading up here around 130, $130 and 39 cents on the currency shares Euro Trust. The actual euro is probably trading just above 130, so pretty solid move, at least to start, for the euro. And that was telling you that there probably is a deal going to get done in Greece. But again, you just don't know. You can't take anything for granted in this type of environment. So we'll see exactly how this market plays out throughout the rest of the day. But nonetheless, Greece will be the focus today if there is any news coming out of the European Union. Now, it looks like Christine Lagarde, she's ahead of the IMF. She's on CNBC at the moment. It's around 25 minutes after 8 o'clock. So we'll see if anything comes out of there. But nonetheless, Greece will be the focus today for the markets. Okay, so we'll just see how that all plays out. Now, a couple of other things to go over in this market. Um, One is that you have oil up today. Let's take a look at the USO. Spot crude is up about $1, trading right around $99 and change. You see the USO starting to pull back a little bit. If the USO drops, or oil itself drops, that is just signaling really a little bit of deflation possibly coming into the market. Also could be telling us that the U.S. dollar index is getting a little bit stronger. Remember, when the dollar's up, all commodity prices start to come in. Let's take a look at gold, which was up this morning to start, and you can see how the same thing with gold. Gold is starting to come in a little bit. Usually is because the dollar is starting to strengthen a little bit. And gold is a signal. When it goes down, it's a signal of deflation. When gold trades higher, it's a signal of inflation. Remember, gold and the stock market trade together for the most part. Okay, so we have to watch both gold and the overall market, and we'll see how that plays out. Now, last night, the Shanghai index traded higher. There was really, the Shanghai index was closed. So just realize that this week, I believe the I should say the Chinese markets are closed for holiday. Okay, so it is the year of the dragon, and you're going to have all the Chinese markets closed, I believe, for the entire week. So, we'll have to see how the markets here trade. The Chinese ADRs, for example, could be all over the map. Stocks like Baidu, they're probably going to trade with the U.S. markets. So we don't have the Shanghai index to go off of throughout the entire week, as that market is closed for the new year. Okay, so again, we'll have to watch the Asian markets and the Asian stocks, the Asian ADRs, very closely, just to see. I would assume that they're going to trade right with our markets. So again, be very, very careful there, playing these Chinese ADRs at the moment, because you just don't know how they're going to react, because we do not know how the Asian markets are going to hold up really this week. Okay, so very, very important. Now, there's a few other things to look at in this market going forward. Let's take a look at some stocks this morning that are in the news. One I'm seeing is this MFN is the ticker symbol. Stock is Mindfinders. This here stock has been bought out, I believe, by Pan American Silver for $15.60 a share. Therefore, there really is nothing you can do here. Do not chase it higher. Do not sell it short. It's a buyout for around $15 and change, and we'll just leave it alone. But nice little pop this morning on a buyout. The stock really traded down to around $11.35 on Friday, and today trading up all the way up to around that $15 level. but very, very nice. Let's take a look at the acquirer, which is Pan American Silver. And you can see that stock is trading down a little bit. Nothing damaging, trading right down to around 24 and a quarter, but nothing really bad here. Looks like the market likes that acquisition. Let's take a look at this stock. Ticker symbol is TWIN, TWIN. Stock is getting hit this morning. Catching a nice little rebound intraday. This is Twin Disc. I've really never traded this name before, but it looks like to me on the chart, stock has a fair amount of support around 34 if it did get down there. And then you're going to have more support around, I would have to say, probably around 32.65. Okay, so those are two levels of support. Could see some intraday bounces if this does sell off further. And this is a pretty good falling knife, so there is always a chance of that happening. Let's take a look at Research in Motion this morning. It looks like the company got rid of a couple of CEOs. The stock was trading higher in the pre-market and is now rolling over. To me, Research in Motion still has a ton of resistance right in this 17.25 area. Generally, after you have a new CEO come in, after a stock's been beaten down, it usually helps short term. I don't know if there's anything helping this stock these days. So be very, very careful with Research in Motion. If it does rally higher, remember, you got to watch the 18 level. There is a ton of resistance there. Okay, I just don't see a whole lot there. Even the recent move that Research in Motion has had over the past week could be already baked into the cake that a new CEO is coming. So I would be very careful with Research in Motion. Would not be a buyer up here regardless. Let's take a look at Chesapeake Energy. This stock has had a very, very nice pop today. They came out with some comments earlier, I believe. I did not read what they said. Stock is overdone to the downside, so a nice little pop, trading around the 22.20 level. There will be pretty decent resistance around 22.65 for a possible little pullback there, and then ultimately all the way up at around 23.75, 24 level. So decent little pop for Chesapeake. We'll see if this little move could hold, and then we'll see where the stock goes from there. But watch for those resistance levels. Let's take a look at Apple Computer. Apple Computer this morning is trading up a little bit. Remember, the stock has earnings tomorrow after the bell. Apple has a tendency to run up into earnings. So please remember that. Apple will normally run up into earnings. So it has a tendency to run up into earnings, which are tomorrow after the bell. Therefore, the stock is probably going to hold up. I would not expect a lot of downside in Apple ahead of the big number tomorrow. Okay? That's pretty much all I'm seeing this morning in this market. There's really not a whole lot out there. Mondays are somewhat on the quiet side. It looks like everybody's waiting on this Greek news coming out of Europe. Since we've been taping this little broadcast here, you're going to see that the futures have come in a little bit now, trading down about 1 point. There's still going to be a little bit of support right around this 13.08, 13.09 level. So again, stay nimble here. This market is very overbought, but again, it's very news driven at the moment. We really don't care about news. We only care about the technicals. And right now, when you have light volume in the market, you've got to be careful on the short side, even though this is an overbought market at the moment. Okay? With that said, everybody, I'd like to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good day now.